Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Luxe and Love, a conversation of self-care for the culture. Okay, so I'm here with Danielle and Ty, founders of the latest podcast, Black Girls, White Coats. So ladies, it is so good to have you here.
Thank you.
This has been a vibe.
Okay.
You know, people didn't get to see when the entrance.
Please don't let me see. Please don't.
But Danielle, I have literally been a fan of yours for.
She's making me feel like Beyonce.
No, I have to give you your flowers because I think we don't say it enough as Black women. But I literally remember the first time I met you on Zoom, and I was like,
she's so fly, right?
Dude, she's so pretty,
right?
And she was nice.
I am nice. We were just talking about this, this whole Mean Girl era. We don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's a South Florida thing. That's where y'all from. Wait, I'm not from South Florida.
Where you from?
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
It's but Ty, no, I've loved this energy.
Yeah, no, she has.
I am a Miami girl, but I'm a different kind of Miami girl. But I do own it because I get that all the time. That Miami people think that we're really mean, and I
understand now that I've been here for 6 years. I could see why people are a little more standoffish because there's a lot of liars here, and it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and you have to have a level of, I would definitely say, being from Miami, you have to have a level of finesse. You have to know, because if you don't, then you will get played.
This is what I'm ready to get out of here.
I don't want to play.
I can't do it.
No.
Okay. I just want to be myself.
I think it's different from being having a little bit of finesse and being fake. I think those are two different things. I
feel like you being from here, you will know how to recognize it.
Yeah. Correct.
If you didn't grow up here, it's kind of I had this spot.
That's why a lot of people come here and they lose it all, or they're really, they lose their families. A lot of, especially ball players and stuff, they come here because it's a lot of, like you said, smoke and mirrors, and it's a lot of city slickers. And if you're not a city slicker, you be you lying. But if you're more of a person that's from a more country place or more honest place, you believe that oh my God, these people are really nice. But when you're from Miami, you're you lie.
So funny.
Up here. I was like,
she's why are you here?
I moved here because I came here to start a business.
Oh,
nice.
And started.
I actually had one previously before this one.
Okay.
But I moved here 2019 to open up. So what we did, we were a pop-up concept back in the Tampa Bay area. And at the time I had a business partner. So we were renting out spaces like coffee shops, work facilities.
To do this?
Not this. We would host co-working days for women.
I love that.
You need to run it back, girl.
Run it back.
No.
She said no, it's done.
She's I'm done. You moved on with that era.
Yeah, moved on. But so before we even get into what you do, as far as your professional careers, I love the fact that both of you are married. Yesterday, I went to my cousin's friend's birthday party out in far south, Tropical Park or something.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I saw this girl there that I knew from my cousins, and I was like, wow, I love to see all these families out here. I'm like, is everyone married? She was like, actually, no one here is married. So I'm like, okay, baby daddies.
Yeah. We definitely had a conversation about this.
I'm what in the world?
We literally had a conversation podcast about this, and me and her actually have a difference of opinions when it comes to this.
Really?
We do.
Yes.
See, and I have both. So I come from a big family. I have 6 siblings.
Oh.
So we kind of
We're only children.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. So I mean,
she's like, wow.
Maybe I'll understand both perspectives.
Okay, so are we gonna get into it? We could summarize it.
Brief, yeah.
Because we could really go hard, but you go first.
So my take on that is, I take it as they don't settle. Yes, they may have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sometimes kids can be a little bit of more of a commitment than marriage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very big on standing your ground. Um, I feel like a lot of the times, we get caught up in like that honeymoon stage, whatever the case may be. Yes, your main goal is to be married. We have all done things for men who did not deserve it.
Oh, absolutely.
And sad that some people do get caught up with a baby, but that does not mean that I'm going to just go ahead and marry you. And it's okay to step away. Like, I've had plenty of friends who get married to keep their family together. And I will always tell them that eventually you will be an empty nester and you're going to be miserable. You have to live for yourself.
Yeah.
Be the best mom that you can be or whatever, but that does not mean that you have to stay with them. Do I look at them any type of way? I don't call them like baby moms, whatever, because we can all be in that place, because there are plenty of people who are married who are miserable as shit.
Oh, married single people. Married single mothers.
Yes.
Meanwhile, their husband be married somewhere else too. So, but she has a lot of women that cheat. So, oh yeah,
really,
and never get caught for sure.
Correct.
And not young women either cheating.
Oh yeah.
My perspective on it is, I think that it goes back a little bit deeper. So, I'm a very philosophical person, and I kind of like to get really deep. And I think that it's a generational curse. I think that as Black people, we're so willing to accept being a baby mama that we stop requiring men to marry us. And I feel like we're of very few cultures that are just like okay with it. And I'll give you an example. Nowadays, you go and log into Instagram and you see lavish $100,000 baby showers and gender reveals that looks like weddings, because at this point we've been so conditioned to be like, this is the best that I'm going to get, so I'm going to make this moment what I want it to be, versus it being like, I'm going to save this for my wedding. And I feel like because as women, we've been so disappointed traditionally that as like you said, you have a lot of friends that are like, this is what I want, let's stand my ground. And I think that gets lost in the fact that like we want to be mothers and we want a family, so we're just like, you know what, this is good as it's going to get. And we've been able to settle, and even our families and our parents, whereas back in the days they would be like, oh, y'all pregnant, y'all getting hitched, to now where the families and the moms and everything is just like, oh, okay, well, just another baby and we're just a baby mom. Whereas like other cultures, Hispanic cultures, still really value that family unit. A lot of white people, believe it or not, even though they have very high divorce rates, they're still like, but I was a wife. And they still leave with a security plan, because they're like, you're gonna marry this girl and she's gonna probably take you to the cleaners. But whereas we're okay with just getting a little, I guess a little child support for what it's worth, and we're like, well, I'll just take care of my baby on my own. Well, I wanted this baby, and we have allowed ourselves to be okay being stuck as baby moms. So now it's a point where we're glorified in it, and we're just like, oh, okay, we have 2 and 3 and 4 babies, and our parents it's no longer shameful. Whereas before it used to be kind of shameful to be like, wow, you have 4 kids and like they have different dads and you're not married. You would feel some kind of shame. Now it's like the norm, and we've been so conditioned to where it's kind of okay. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, they're not married. They're just,
and see, that's getting a baby. What we disagree with to a certain extent. Yeah. Because I always just feel like it's more so about what we accept and what we don't. So even going to like a different culture or whatever, I'm very pro-Black.
Me too.
Whatever. I am very pro-Black, and I feel like a lot of the times, I think we have even gotten into the subject of like, so then why do Black men end up marrying, like you see the football players marrying the white women? I think because they tolerate a lot of shit that we will just not. I feel like we've always had to fight. It's like we can never just be just us. We're always the angry Black woman. We're always the cutting up Black woman. The woman who don't do this, the one who do that. Where they're just like, shut up.
But
whatever.
But you just said a key point, is that they will marry the white girl. They will marry the Spanish girl because that's what they expect. It's an expectation. Like, they know that they can slide with us if they just say, and I come from a different perspective. I have both, right? Me and my husband been together since we were in high school, and it was a long time before we got married. And it's because I was like, you gonna marry me. Like, we not about to play house forever. And it's not saying that he didn't want to, but I feel like, if you don't put that expectation or that pressure on a man to do right by you and you're just okay, they're not going to do it. Whereas I feel like the white girls are so quick to get the NFL players to give them a ring, or the Spanish girls, because that's the expectation. They go into it saying, like, you're not going to shame me and make my family look bad by just being a baby mom for you.
I don't think so.
What do you think?
I really think
I can agree. Honestly, I can understand what you're saying, because I know a lot of guys in the league around our age, not so much the younger guys anymore, but
old.
I can see what you're saying, and I will say there's also something to be said about this is like a whole oh my god,
this could be deep.
It is, because there's also something to say about, I personally am very attracted to Black men, especially a dark-skinned man. Like, I really, it's hard to see myself with another person, but my nieces and nephews are mixed. So, but one thing that I realized, and I'll never forget, one of my friends who married an NFL player, she said that one of his best friends said that he's a Black man. He would never marry a Black woman because she doesn't have good hair. And I think that is a representation now. This is I know.
Hope you're looking
right.
at this.
He probably will.
You see material.
That's cute.
The trolls are out now.
It's even 3 different types.
Okay.
But right. So, but you know what I think? It also runs deeper than that, as far as like they look at, perhaps they didn't find the women that raised them as attractive. But I find the men in my family to be very attractive. So it could be, I do think that has something to do. Things have changed. I'm talking again, like,
I understand the mammies.
I think
the mammies.
Yeah.
They look like, I can appreciate that. Raising a son, I think, is very, like, my son is older. So my son is 15 years old. And I think that I can really, like you saying that, it makes sense to me because we're different type of parents. Whereas I do care about what I look like, and my son knows. Like, he sees me, if he see me looking cute, he'd be like, "Where are you going?" I'm going out. It's my business. You're my business. But because he's like, he doesn't see struggle.
Yeah.
He doesn't see struggle, mom.
Yes.
He doesn't see miserable, mom. And then, believe it or not, because I don't know, because I'm not about to look like struggle. I don't like to look like my problems. Yeah. So,
and they also could be, another thing that I think about too is, sometimes these men, when they go off to college, obviously they experience a whole different life, especially if they are a D1 athlete.
Yeah.
And you get exposed to different cultures.
That's a big thing.
So you you meet this white woman or Hispanic or Asian, you go into their family construct and you don't see struggle. And that becomes more appealing to you. So it's like,
but it's so much
struggle.
But it's so much deeper though. Like, it's super deep. And I think that is not enough to say that we can unpack it in one way. Nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that either of our opinion is wrong. I just think that it's a different perspective and a different way of thinking, because I do believe that as well. My son goes to private school and he's exposed to a different type of girl. I went to public school. I'm from public school. I'm from a, single mom. So my strength, or how I, show certain things, are going to be a little bit different than a kid, just like my son. My son and my husband have 2 different lives. They don't have the same kind of life, because my son came up with parents that are, affluential. And so he doesn't have certain struggles. So for him, he won't ever identify in a certain way. And he may not identify with that type of woman. And it's also about, do I really want my son to identify with that type of woman? We have to be honest about that too. Do I really want my son to be with a woman that looks like her problems struggle? I don't. And that's just the honest truth. I don't want my daughter to be with a man that looks like his problem and struggle, and that, his pockets are struggling. We want our kids to have a better life. But I think that the problem is that it's so easy for us to say the white girl or the Spanish girl is the better life because they present softer. And they present with a calmer love. And it's just because we're so misunderstood that we have to take the opportunity to show our kids that it's not that we are aggressive. It's called survival. And I feel like that's what's missing. And that's why a lot of hurt men gravitate towards those women. But what they don't understand is that the man doesn't change. he does not change. He treats them that same way that he would treat that black woman. It's just a difference. Whereas we are going to react and we're going to protect ourselves. And we're going to be like, I know you lying. You're not getting away with this, and this. Whereas not that a white woman or a Spanish woman is docile, because they're not. They know how to play the game a little bit different. And they hit them strategically.
Patience, I was going to say.
But they're more strategic. They're like, oh, okay, I know he's cheating. I know he's doing all these things. No problem. All the way to the bank. Whereas we're emotional.
Sure. We're out
and we're like, because we pour our heart into it, and we're like, I know you. You know, we're coming up because we are very damn, James.
And when I got something to say on my mind, I cannot.
Damn,
I know it's hard.
Girl, it's very difficult.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
It just be itching, girl. I be tossing, turning. I gotta cut you out tonight.
I have to do it tonight, baby. You getting everything with an attitude.
What's wrong with you? It's about damn time you asked. Let me tell you. Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, but I think it's just that is a part of who we are as people, and I feel like as moms, it's our responsibility to explain that to our son, and it's not our, it's not to try and pick a love for them, because we don't want them to end up with somebody that abuses them, manipulates them, or anything. But I think it is very important that we do.
I have a question for you. Only because you're from St. Pete, and then now you're down here.
Yeah.
When it comes to, since we're on men, and I know you travel. First of all, homegirl was at the Super Bowl. Okay.
You were at the Super Bowl,
baby. Yes.
You look like a Super Bowl girl.
No, but like working, like
I went there too.
Oh, but you're like cute.
Okay.
Why do you bring us? I fit in a character.
We're going next year, San Fran. Let's all go.
We better. We
should.
But I want to know, just from your
experience
experience of like all of the travel and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question: who would you say has the more attractive or well-rounded, like check everything off your list type of men? What area?
What city I went to?
City?
London for sure.
What?
Oh my god! And I spent
just
2 years
off
there.
a private plane.
Isn't that where from? What's the little fine man? Is that where he's from?
Don't talk about Aaron Mufasa.
No.
Aaron Pierre. That's
Mufasa.
Who? Idris?
No, Idris.
Oh my god! Yes, he's from Croydon.
Oh, that's
that
what
part.
That's my vote.
Yeah,
London?
that is. Oh my god, girl.
Is it the accent?
No.
What is it?
It's everything. It's just the men there. I remember when I moved there, I had just graduated university, and I went on dates for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, you was having a time.
I was having but I genuinely, what I loved about those guys there was that no matter whether he was from Switzerland, Georgia, like the country Georgia, or somewhere in Africa, Egypt, whatever. Russia, Germany.
Not Russia.
They all genuinely just wanted to make sure I had a good time, and they all just were excited to show me their perspective of London.
That's pretty
and
cool.
it was the most invigorating. I don't know why I came back.
Yeah, I'm going back. Most ratchet.
Yeah, I'm going back to London this summer.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens, but I have to but London for sure, because you get you get everything.
Melting pot.
And then as women of color, they think you're, especially American women, they worship
beauty
the ground.
spot opening up in London, UK.
Correct.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. What's your ethnicity?
Where's my family from? Haiti.
You're Haitian. Okay. So we're American girls. Both of us.
I'm Jamaican by penetration.
What?
But proceed.
My perspective is so to pivot a little bit off of like guys, and let's talk about like women connection. So we talked about like mean girls and mean girl cultures, right? And I want to know your perspective. What is your perspective when it comes to, because you said like being an American woman, that a lot of, like in these different places, they're like, they worship the ground that you walk on. Yeah. But I find that like here, being an Black American woman is not it. Like, especially other women of other diasporas, they really don't like Black American women.
And men don't care.
Wait, so
She
what's
can
the
be
question?
serious.
What's the question?
What's your perspective on that, or if you have one? Because I've like you, I have clients, so we talk.
Yeah.
And I have all types of clients.
You know what? My perspective is a little different because the way I grew up, I will say, it wasn't until I went to college that I realized the world was very much so separated.
Yeah.
And because I grew up, first generation American, my parents are from Haiti. I played soccer competitively, always the only girl of color in my classes. I excelled in academics, typically the only person of color. My father was very strict on how I spoke, so I always had a different dialect than most of my peers around me. So I feel like, and my name is Megan. I feel like on paper. So I feel like it wasn't until college when I started to see the difference, because I do have girlfriends that are white that are my best friends. And I know I could feel comfortable with them. But now, as a woman in business, a woman of color in business, I do see the importance of having our community congregate, especially like a weekend like Super Bowl. Because the money that's out there is in the hands of white men. And you have to band together to figure out, okay, how do we tap into this?
Right.
So the Women in Sports empowerment brunch that I went to was phenomenal. And I'm sure if it wasn't for, women of color that are at these C-level positions, and men that were there too, that come in to be the voices in these saturated corporations of white people, it is challenging. But
outside of white people, how do you think that we as Black women interact and view each other? Because I think that we get so caught up in the white versus Black. But if we really dive into
the thing, I will say, I'm speaking for South Florida. I feel like South Florida has a very scarcity mindset, because I can go, Super Bowl weekend I miss that type of collaboration. University, collaborative. London, collaborative. Anywhere else outside of South Florida, you get very educated women of color. South Florida does not have that.
I say that.
It does not. I cannot go out to lunch and I am intellectually stimulated. That is how I love to have girlfriends that I can turn up with. But then it's like, okay, we can sit here and talk.
Get that down
but
here.
you do not get that down here at all.
Okay.
Like, it is very hard to find. Like, you women are working all the time. You're being wives, you're being mothers, like sisters, aunts, and you're focused on that. But the women that are visible and accessible are not focused. At all.
I think
and I'm speaking for South Florida because it is challenging.
It is. I think that that's why we click so well, is because from the moment that we were like friends, is that we kind of were like, we were able to like connect on a deeper level outside of just being like, very superficial. And I do agree with you that when you say like the scarcity mindset, is that we're so conditioned, especially to always think that another woman wants your spot. And it's like,
it's so ridiculous.
I don't want your spot. If anything, I want to see you win. Like, I want to help you win. I want to be there going, yes, girl.
You can have 10 estheticians in the same place, 10 nurses in the same. Everybody can be making money.
Everybody can be making money, and everybody can be winning, and everybody can help each other do that same thing. And it's so hard.
People
and I think that
it's one thing that I try to preach to girls that that work with me is you do understand, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You're not everyone's cup of tea. However,
it's not your clientele.
Right.
Correct. There's going to be somebody that just likes Megan because it's Megan and what Megan's aura is.
They have friends that may just like you.
Yes.
So if I do well and you do well, then everyone does well.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and then if they trust you, their referrals will always hold weight to their community. But anyway, so we got way too caught up in the conversation. And I'm actually happy that we dove into relationships and you two being married, because I realize, obviously, now in my journey, being older, in almost my mid-30s, that
I'm in my 20s.
what you your institution of family, how much it relates to how you succeed in business. Like, it plays a huge role in how you can succeed or not succeed. So when you say, when we talked about the importance where you're like, okay, you can understand why some people don't marry, but I find that a good marriage, a good partner can obviously help your business and you personally excel. So my question to you ladies is, how has your partner helped your businesses excel?
I can go first. I feel like me and my partner have a relationship where we know when it is that other person's moment that now you're going to have to pull the weight. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I remember during COVID, as a nurse, I was a fresh mother, and I remember my job kept like, furloughing you or something? And I wasn't making any money whatsoever. He was like, I'm going to start my business, blah, 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 whatever the case may be.
You were going to start your
No,
business.
he was
or
going
he
to
was
start
starting
his business because he's like, at this point, this is the time to eat.
Yeah.
No problem at all. So that means I'm taking over household. Yes, I'm doing day and night shift with the baby. No problem, because he has to get it. Then it was my turn. Now you have to do it. And one thing I do love about my man is like, we don't have these gender roles. We understand, like, he's Jamaican. I can't cook like he cooks. You don't want my food.
I love what he cooks.
He cooks.
Nice.
He cooks, but it's not like, okay, you're the woman, cook, clean. Like, if he sees dirty laundry, he's going to do it. If the kids are hungry and I don't have it in me, like, I just love it. We know that it will never be 50-50. And if you ever think that marriage is going to be 50-50, you are full of crap. Especially in this day and age.
Or you have an unrealistic expectation.
A very unrealistic expectation. And I feel like until you have that partner, you can't have a partner who's jealous with you. You can't have a partner who wants to compete. You can't have a partner who always wants to be in the spotlight. Like, they have to understand the seasons. And I am so thankful that that is what I have. And I feel like that's what makes it work. Me, I had no problem being on the white man's dime. White man pays me well in nursing. He was actually the one that said, okay, cool, it's actually time for you to start a business. I never wanted to start a business. He's the one who made me open up my med spa, but I can't stand that clientele. Good luck to y'all. So, I love my psych people, and it's been amazing, but there are times he's the only one who ever sees me screaming and crying on the balcony, thinking I'm never going to make it, having a bad day, the crash out. I have my own therapist, right?
Yeah.
Like, he is the one who sees that. He's the one who wipes my tears, and then the next morning, all right, let's get it. But if you don't have anyone like that, I've had men who have been jealous because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do this. Well, I'm trying to do, like, you have to have that partner who is okay. And it is not until you really realize, like, and this is again going back to our conversation, it's what you accept. I would never accept a man who does not let me have my shine. A man who always has to be in that shine. So, you?
I will definitely say that a lot of my success is truly because I do have a very grounded and supported partner. And I tell people a lot of times, even when people ask me about like my business and how hard is it to like go out on faith, I will say, if it were not for my husband, I don't know that it would have been as easy for me to open up a business over and over and over again. So this is my
we don't never, never want to talk about how many times these businesses
how many times
well, the funny thing about it is, I will say, to just kind of piggyback on you, is my husband is a person that is gonna always pick up the pieces for me. And he's always been that consistent person that is like, no matter how big, because I'm a dreamer. That's just me. I'm a dreamer, and I'm a stretch myself so thin, but I'm gonna make it all work. And he's like more of my grounded. That's my Capricorn. He's grounded. He's earthly. He's like dollars
are very especially men.
Yeah, like Capricorn. He don't play. He'd be like, this the budget, and and it does, with me being more flighty, I'm, more like, what, I think I'm gonna save the world today. And he's like, damn, okay, that means let me find out I'm gonna pay this mortgage. But I think it is definitely really, I have to say that I appreciate the fact that, he is never like, you can't do this. You need to work. You can't do that. And my business, the way that I even came about being an entrepreneur from the beginning is I had a really crappy day at work. I hated my freaking job. And like I called him one day and I'm like,
at a hospital?
I was working for a doctor at a primary care practice that she owned. And I called my husband one day because he's my vent session. So like I'm like in my office and I'm like, I hate her. I'm not coming back on Monday. I'm quitting. My husband's like, okay. And I meant that shit. I quit. And so I'm like, yeah, I never go back on Monday. Effective immediately. And my husband was like, I was like, yeah, so she said I got to come get my shit today. My husband like, all right, let's go. Pack up the bag. Wow. And so from that point on, he was like, you know, he's always been my person. I always tell him, you know, in nursing school, I cried one day and I'm like, I want to be a dental hygienist. And my husband's like, when you finish doing that shit, go back and study because you're not about to quit. Like, cut it out. But that's something that I do have, that a lot of women that I'm honest and I tell people I have a support system. I know my husband is going to make sure it happens. Like when, you know, Rick Ross, you know, the Miami me, when he say a boss is one that guarantee you going to eat, my husband going to guarantee we going to eat. Like my husband is a hustler. He makes sure that like if he got a penny, me and my kids are gonna be straight. If he don't have it, he gonna be like, I ain't hungry.
Drink some water and go to
Drink
sleep.
some water and eat some air. But my kids have never went without. I've never went without. And as many, you know, ideas and things that I come up with, because that's just my nature, he's always like, hey, let's figure it out. So I will definitely have to say a lot of my success is really because I know I have a strong foundation and I know I can fail and I can fall, but he's always there to like help me pick up the pieces and it's like, what you need. Even if he be like, he tell me all the reasons why, you know, it's a bad idea, but I'm like, that's okay. And then he just be in his head probably be like, this damn girl. But he's like, all right, cool. If it fails, I got you. We gonna do this. Or, you know, he'd be like, you good. And I crash out a lot. I crash out.
Oh, every week, baby. What's today? Monday?
Wait, are you saying she crashes out?
No,
every
me.
week? Or
Me
saying,
too.
Yeah,
we crash out together. We really
like,
do.
It's the blind
We're always high. Like when I'm high, she's low. When she low, I'm high.
When she's like, oh, I have an idea, I'm like, Tashara, not today.
She's like, not today, damn day. You're always with something. And then when she called me and she be like, so I've been working on it. And I'm like, listen, it's all
How did you two meet
family.
each other?
I was her patient.
She was my patient.
Oh my God.
That laser hair removal took like 2 hours because we were just talking. What you think about this?
Can I say why I liked you the first time? Because I followed, I don't think I ever told you that. So I followed your journey because we have like mutual connections. The nursing circle is super small. And so I followed your journey when you were going through your health things. And I'm like, dang, like, you know, I'm really going to follow her. I was really looking. And I don't think you even knew me. You just was nice. Because I'm like, you got this, like all up under your stuff. And you probably like, weird girl. But I really liked you.
That's some Miami stuff, y'all.
I was like, yay, you're so cool. I'm praying for you. And she probably like, who is this girl? But I was very...
I know. They always say,
yeah, we're so
they
bad.
don't like me either.
We think like...
But
so I saw your thing. I saw your journey, whatever. And I was like really happy for you. And like, I remember one day, like you came and you like booked an appointment. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got my hair back.
Yeah, right. That's what she said. But then we were getting ready to start laser hair removal and everything. And she was like super cool, very cool chick. And then like she said, can I share it?
I'm scared.
Oh my God.
She said coochie. And then I was like, oh, this is my people.
Oh God. Still use the word. I know.
I was like, because I thought she was like very like buttoned up and like, you know,
A lot of people think that.
And then when she said coochie,
I
was like,
but you also get very down to earth.
A lot of people think I'm like really Dr. Caterham. I'm like, y'all.
I feel like you give both sides very well.
You do. You can blend into a room very well. I feel like you're that girl.
I feel like you can. No.
Don't stop lying. Yeah. I do not blend in.
I think people are very, when they meet me, I think they're very surprised at how much fun I actually can have.
You give me fun.
I don't know why. I'm like, I'm fun.
You give me fun.
I'm a fun girl.
You give me like if you look at you, and that's why people shouldn't judge a book by its cover because you don't know what's under there. Mm-hmm. You give me very like proper, like, you know, like, oh my gosh, should I say that? But then like as soon as you open your mouth, you're like, Oh, that's my people.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You definitely give like that very like, you give me like earthy, like, that girl, like, you light incense
Honestly,
all day.
I know.
Wait, you said what?
She light incense all day and like,
That is
it's
too
like
funny.
very like she come out with like a smoke in a robe and stuff like that kind of a girl.
You ladies have so much going on.
Yeah, I get bougie.
How do you incorporate self-care?
Oh.
And was self-care something? So this is a two-part question.
Uh-oh.
Okay, how do you incorporate self-care? Because you two are very much so in careers that, first of all, you chose to have your own businesses because you can make very good money by just going to work for someone.
I be wanting to go back.
And so, how do you incorporate self-care in everything you have, all the titles that you hold? And did you see, what type of self-care did you see like your elders growing up indulge in, if you saw anything at all in your community?
So I'll go. So for me, I come from a very woman dominant family. So it's a lot of women. And my grandma, who is the matriarch of our family, like I didn't see her doing
around?
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my buddy. We're Sagittariuses. So she was very
Y'all allowed to have sex on other months?
No. It's a Valentine's Day. It's so many Sagittarius babies
That's the
coming
problem.
because
There
Valentine's.
are,
February.
Right.
Yeah, it's the February thing.
On Valentine's Day.
Stop it. So anyway, so my grandma is my grandma is a person that really instilled in us like how you carry yourself, like, and I think that has worked to my demise a lot because I am that girl that I'm not gonna go out looking any kind of way. I am going to always smell good, look good. I don't care where I'm going. We going to a basketball game, I'm like, oh, okay, great, my jersey is cute and I look nice and I'm of the occasion. My mom always says you have to have a hat for every occasion, and I strongly believe in that. But some of the things that I do, I necessarily didn't see my grandma do, as far as like, Botox and fillers, because my grandma is a Southern Black woman. So she did what she could do within her means, right? But she always made sure that foundation was laid, so that way you smell, the way you look, how you carry yourself, that first appearance was very important in my family. And it's still very important because she will be the first one to be like, you getting a little fat. What's going on? Why your hair look like that? And it's not from a point of being like mean or like, I think that nowadays we're so sensitive. It's more of like, you're a queen, why are you looking like this? Why are you allowing the world to view you like that? So it is always in us. So for me, beauty is a part of my business. It's not even just a part of my self-care, it's a part of my business. So being in a beauty industry where I do Botox, I do fillers, I do all of these things, my clientele is predominantly women based. It is very important for me to show up the part because I sell. That's what sells for me. People come in and they're like, I want to look like you.
Like, I love your lips.
Well, thank you.
I'm like, did you fill?
So my top lip is filled. My bottom lip is natural.
I got my top lip filled once, but it's gone.
Okay, you gotta keep going.
That was like a few years ago.
So I'm filled.
She moved. It was too far, so now I need to go to you.
Here you go. We're together. So my top lip is filled. My bottom is natural. My cheeks are filled. They're snatched. They're filled.
What did you do to your cheeks?
Threads and filler.
I'm too terrified of threads.
You shouldn't be. It's the best thing ever. And then my Botox, so I don't look like my problems. And I'm really big on, I don't do like I won't lie, I'm not a, bubble bath type of girl. I got stuff to do. My attention span is not that good. But I need to make sure my lashes are done, my eyebrows are microbladed. I wake up every morning, I make sure my hair is done, my makeup is laid before I go out. I smell good. I need to smell expensive. That's my self-care for myself. And it's different from other people. Some people are like,
I am totally different from
but that's what makes me feel good. I feel like if I don't show up like that, then I feel insecure. And I want to show up like the baddest in the room.
Yeah. My self-care is do not disturb. Give me my Kindle. Don't bother me.
How did you the incense in the room?
The incense.
How do you do that with two boys? Do you have to just be like, hey, Dad, you need to take them?
I am a planner.
Oh, okay. So you schedule the
even
time.
look like Google Calendar.
Good.
Yeah, she's
21st. Like,
do you make sure that you do that weekly?
I do it monthly, I do spas. I do a spa every single month. Do not disturb and come on if I'm in a crash out session. I'll just turn off the darn phone. But I think my self-care, and I think it's only because of my profession. So like you all's profession, you guys are like actually giving services, talking. It's a good time. My profession is psych. So I'm taking in everyone's energy. So when I'm literally am tired and I need to shut down, I don't want to talk to anyone. So I dive into books. That's my self-care for me. And literally D&D, like sometimes I literally have to lock my room door and then I have to lock my bathroom door because toddlers be like, oh mom, I have to be in there.
Yeah.
And I just be needing just my time. Like even now, I just knew you guys were gonna show up as bad bitches. That's why I kept...
Like, you are so beautiful.
She's so pretty.
Yes.
Thank you. But remember, she had asked us to come a couple Mondays. I was like, Megan, my hair not...
I know. I remember you said,
I can't do it. Nice. I just can't. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm going to show up as myself. Yeah. Like, I just don't have the patience. I feel like if I have time to do that, then I need to go to sleep. Like, I wish one day I'm going to get there to, you know, do everything. But I'm like, my self-care is going to sleep.
But you gotta be like authentically yourself. And I think that's what makes you so beautiful, is because you, like the makeup, I think that some people think that when you apply makeup and stuff like that is because you don't like what you look like. I think that's like so the thing that people think, like, oh, you wear makeup because you think that you're not beautiful. It's like, no, it's because I actually like when my eyes are smoky. Yeah. And it accentuates the little catness in it. And I just think I look cute. And there's some people...
And you do. And you do.
Well, thank you. But I just think that your beauty, your natural beauty is very beautiful. And it's a great thing to be able to do both. But I do think that that's your aura. And like you have to like live in your
toddlers, y'all. I got toddlers. I think when I get, they get a little bit older, I have a little bit more time. I can't have 3 minutes. They be like, Mommy, what you going to do? You need to unlock the door. I just want to pee. I just want to be by myself.
Listen, well, that doesn't.
They need to see. They have to be everywhere.
My daughter literally, like, I can be on the toilet and it doesn't get better. She's almost 12, so like, if I am like using the restroom, she's like taking it upon herself to like apply my new liner in the while I'm on the toilet. Oh, you think this looks great? And I'm like, sure, whatever you like. And she's like trying on every heel. I'm like, there's no personal space whatsoever.
I actually love to hear those stories.
Yeah, she has no personal space. Yeah, what's yours?
My self-care. Oh, I need to be in nature. I just signed up for horseback riding.
Give me that.
I can see it.
And taking care of horses. Not only horseback riding, but I'll be taking care of
I ride horses.
And I just need to sit on the grass with the sun beating on my body.
I can do
or soccer fields.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Those are my happy places.
See, I told you guys will like each other.
I need to be outside. And to your point, I need to be away from people because I am, even today, someone called me and I hate this and I try not to get an attitude with people, but because I'm always high energy around people that don't know me, they just know Melanated, they don't know Megan.
You give them too much access.
We can't help it.
Was like, I literally just picked up the phone and I said hello. And I knew they only I know they wanted something from me. So I'm like, just ask me the question. Just, what do you need? But they're like, what's wrong with you? But it's because I wasn't giving them.
Like that.
Yeah. But I can't. I know.
Yeah.
She don't understand.
So then I had to tell her, it's like, I'm driving. I can't multitask.
I'm not explaining nothing.
So, but I get that a lot. That's why I just stay away from people when I know I just need to be out in nature.
I have 3 phones, baby.
And,
three? Why I got the third one?
3.
It's horrible.
3.
Why do you have 3? It drives me crazy.
She just cut them off.
Because I cut them off.
They all have different on times.
It will. If I cut it off, then it's going to drive me crazy. I don't know. It's a catch-22
I had to stop because it's like I had to get again to my therapy. I have to stop explaining to people why I don't want to be bothered. Like there's nothing I can do. But I feel like it's because, and I'm just learning this. I used to give people so much access to me. You call me for everything. Oh, why this? Why that? Now I don't care. I don't call 911. There's nothing I can do. Call them.
She's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I can't pick up the phone.
The thing is, I think that I can sympathize with you because I feel like when you are I'm that high energy, bubbly friend, and I feel like when we don't want to be that, it's like, oh, you got a problem? No, bro, I just want to be quiet. Like, I just don't want to talk. And it's like they're offended. Whereas you're usually like very soft. So I think that people will be like, oh, you're just zenning out. Mm-hmm. So if I answer and I'm like, yes, they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Because they want me to be like, hey, boo, yes, how are you? Oh my God. And then it's like, if I'm just like, hello, what you doing? I'm like, girl, what is, and what I hate is, and I have to teach my mom this, because I hate a friend that, and I have to be very particular with my friends. I hate a friend that says, if you call me with this one line, we'll never be friends. If you call me and you say, why I ain't heard from you? Bitch, why haven't I heard from you? Because I'm doing some shit. Like, what you doing? I hate that, because you know what? That tells me that you're self-centered. So you only are thinking about you and what I could do for you. So I hate a friend like that versus a friend that be like sometimes when you being nice to me, you be like, I miss you.
Sometimes.
Yes. She'll be like, I miss you. And I'm like, I miss you too, boo. But if you hit me with the like, oh, you got an attitude, or why I ain't heard from you, then I'm like, oh, girl, goodbye. Like, because I don't even have time for that. Like, unless you're my child, my mama, and my man who don't do that to me, then there's no reason that I need to give you an answer as to why I've been recluse. How about you say, hey, babe, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. Is everything okay with you? How's business? How's life? Maybe I'm having the worst freaking day of my life and I'm crashing out. And here you go. You just sent me over the edge. So now I'm going to respond to you on a billion, because I'm already here. And then you just came with the BS. I don't do that to people. I'll call and be like, hey, boo, I miss you. What's going on? Hey, where you at?
If you're sincere, because I have a lot of people who I know, if the first thing is, hey, how are you? I know y'all about to ask something. So at this point,
that too.
Ask. I'm the type of person, you don't even ask.
Don't say how you doing, because I know you don't give a damn. I know you don't give a damn. What do you want? I am very clear with that. What do you want?
I think because we're in service business that we're so used to people wanting something. Yeah, it's very different.
They usually do. Oh,
I know 90% of the people that have met it. I mean, I don't take offense to it.
No.
So I'm just asking what you want.
But sometimes I think I love this and like us starting the podcast a little bit, because I tell my husband, sometimes I want a business that I don't have to be smart. Yeah, and I don't have to have an answer. And I don't want you to want, because sometimes, even though I hate to say it, but I know you guys can relate. When I tell people, like, it always feels like sometimes people want something from me. And when I go out, not that I'm a celebrity or I'm nobody, but it's like sometimes I don't even want to tell people what I do for a living. Yes. Because that automatically opens up a can of, I wanted to be a nurse. My great auntie was a nurse. I think I want to go to nursing school. How's your career? Do you? And I'm like, bro, I just want to enjoy the barbecue like everybody else. Why can't I just eat picnic? Now I have to be therapeutic and encouraging. You should do it. And I'm like, I just wanted to come here and just eat hot dogs and people watch like you.
Yeah, I be talking back to people.
And it just feels, but because we're people. But sometimes it is a point where you just want to
I went yesterday. Turn off. Yesterday, you do. I had to go behind a tree like 2
overstimulated
down to just go eat my food. Yeah, because I did not want them constantly asking me about.
Do you get
Super
this?
Bowl that?
What you think I should do to my face?
Oh, of course.
What do you think is wrong with my face? And then they never come. Baby girl, listen, I'd be like,
and you have to smile and be like,
oh, I think you should. You know what? I'd be like, hey, check my Instagram, call me.
I just got to this place. I am to this place now, I think, because of the trauma I went through.
But you deal with psych, so they need
you. But before this, I feel like it wasn't until I went through my trauma that I realized people really don't give a fuck about
you. They do not care about you.
They don't. And now that I had that,
but I've accepted that.
I've accepted it.
Yeah. But that's why I'm not responding. I don't know. I tell people all the time, girl, y'all gotta follow my Facebook. I say, if you don't have insurance, cash, HSA, don't call me.
Listen,
don't ask me for nothing.
I realize that people don't care about you. I can be at work. I remember one day, this one particular patient that Danielle, don't even comment. Don't even.
Oh, I know.
I had one particular patient. I literally, not even that one.
Oh, whoa.
But because I give them all to her. I'd be like, hey, I think you should call. She's great.
I'd be like,
I'd be tired. I'd be tired, child. It's right free too. Her. But I was like, one lady, I literally was having a day, Megan. Like, I needed to pick because my husband's a fireman. So when my husband's on shift, I'm a single parent.
Yeah.
Like, I need to figure out what my
They
kids
do, like,
at.
4 days on.
24 on and 48 off. So from 7 o'clock in the morning to tomorrow, it's not like I can call and say, babe, I'm running late. Can you help me? So I'm trying to figure it out. And like where my kids are all over the place. My son goes to school in Dade County. My daughter goes to school in Broward County. I work in one city. It's a lot, right? So I had this one patient. I decided to let her come in, squeeze her in. I told her on the phone that you have to be here at this time. Came late, filled out forms for 30 minutes to the point where I never do this. And I'm like, listen, let's do the consultation. If you decide to start, then you can do the forms on the back end because I have to go because my kid needs to get picked up from school and I never do that. But I'm like, at this point, I have to get my child. Brought this lady in. This was the moment where I said, these people don't care a damn about me. I told you I need to pick up my 11-year-old. It's not like I got a teenager that could Uber. She's 11. Where's she going? I need to pick up my kid. This lady did not leave my office 2.5 hours later, to the point where my assistant was in the front saying, hey, Lyric's calling. I had to call in and say, hey, can you please get my baby from school because I cannot leave. Because this lady was so because she was so engulfed in her moment and what she needed from me that she was oblivious to every single thing that I was saying to her, that I'm like, hey, my kid, I even told her, I'm like, I have to pick up my child.
Getting us.
Yeah, she did do something. Because I think I would have spazzed. Girl, I would have crashed. I probably would have been like Tasmanian devil in there. Like, girl, I might have ate her face. Because I'm like, at this point, my child, but it's, and the craziest part that really got under my skin is that she was so off. She kept going so off topic to talk about her life and her children that are adults. And I'm like,
do y'all like boundaries?
Oh, I do. I'm very strict on them now. I don't even play about them. Yeah, no.
I do like boundaries, but at a certain...
No, I said, do you all lack?
No,
do I lack?
No.
Like,
I don't like boundaries.
Maybe I do. But I'm very customer service driven, and I'm very like, I really want my clients to be happy. So that's a part of my brand. It is what it is. Yeah. But at the same time, I do feel that sometimes people are so, I don't even think that it's on purpose. I think that people are so self-serving that they are oblivious to everything that does not revolve around them. And especially when you're in a service type of business, they feel like
that's why I had to get out y'all
to do it.
Y'all.
You have to listen.
Is this inspired unapologetically balanced?
In a sense, I feel like I've been working on like doing a mindfulness or some type of workbook since my cancer journey. Because I feel like I was always like a people pleaser. I had a med spa, beauty spa for 2 years and I hated it. I hate y'all.
What was the it was the customers.
Oh yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
The customers are easy.
So it's not that they were bad. It was like kind of
the
like
expectations.
Time-consuming expectations, things like that. And I think especially being a Black woman, it was kind of like what you would get in Boca or whatever the case may be. They don't feel like they should pay those prices. I can't do it.
Yeah, no.
My patience is low. But that was more so because I feel like I'm always people pleasing. I'm always code switching in the past. And now I'm just like, I just want to do what I want to do without even giving an explanation, being literally unapologetic. And that book is literally based on, a lot of the times you start your goals. And you're like, oh, this is going to be my goal for the 2025 year. And by January, February, we forget about it. That literally is just monthly to let you know, okay, check back in. Maybe you didn't meet all of your January goals. Yeah. What was the reasonings? What is your affirmations? Like, what exactly is your... Yeah, I love the quotes too. Because you're a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of
Girl, don't be afraid to say no to what drains you and yes to what fills you up. That's balance and it's beautiful.
It is. And I feel like we don't pour into ourselves enough, especially y'all. Y'all give. Go back, give to your friends, give to your family, give to whatever. Baby, if I shut down, I shut you know.
But I feel like that's my balance. I feel like that's my balance. And like you are just good all around. But one thing that you talk about me on the weekends, But like when I'm done on the weekends, she know. On the weekends, it's about my husband,
my man.
my man.
Well, that's because he works. Your schedules are crazy.
No, it's just because I work a lot and like I'm always at work.
Like, damn, you can't get a drink, my man. Bye.
But you know what? But that's the
But then on
thing.
Tuesday, she want to be my friend. Don't talk to me.
Oh, I see. You're one of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even one. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm a big okay. So in my defense, because you making me look real bad in these streets. In my defense, right? During the week, I do feel like in a marriage, you have to have like time where you can't be all about. And I can work nonstop. I can work for hours and not text my husband and say, hey, check in, boo. Nothing, right? Because I get so wrapped up in work. So for me, when I go home, all I want to do is to be that wife that, like, I cook breakfast on the weekends. My kids get homemade pancakes. I want to be that because that's my snippet of time. You don't suck. It's just something that you have to do what you enjoy. Yeah. And it's something that I enjoy. I love feeding my kids. I love feeding my family. And I know during the week that I cannot be that because I got to be a bad bitch. I got to answer 50 calls. I got to put out 50 fires. And my husband does get the back burner of everything. Even right now. Right now, I, can be home talking to him. Hey, babe, how's your shift? Whatever. My husband running to burning buildings for a living. Yeah. So I should be like, some women are like freaking out. I don't give him that during the week because I'm doing some shit. That's my favorite word. I'm sorry, but that's just what I be saying to people. Why are you call? I'm doing some shit. But on the weekends, like my Saturdays and especially our Sundays, like our Sundays is like I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I want to be my man. Like let's go to dinner. Let's watch TV. Let's do something, barbecue, get in the pool, splash around. Yeah. Because you have to have that time where he does feel like, it's about him. And I want that time too. I want to be like, hey, I want to go put on something cute and take me out to dinner. Yeah. And I do feel like I am that. I have to have friends that respect that. Because if you can't respect that, like my marriage is 100% important to me. You can't do for me what my husband do for me in all kind of ways. Financially, sexually, spiritually, because that's just what the connection is. Yeah. So I'm that girl too. If you tell me like, hey, my man just walked in, I'm like, bye, bitch. Talk to you later.
I about this because this is something that my therapist told me when I was going through some things. And she says that what you prioritize the most is what you spend your time on the most. So I want to ask you all, what do you feel like currently is your priority?
My business.
Your business?
Yeah.
Self-actualization.
Why you gotta be so dictational? Self-actualization. Give me another word. I don't even know what they mean.
Me, bitch.
Oh. Okay.
I told you it's one or the other. It's all or nothing with me. But I really am like really focused on, honestly. Sorry.
Self-actualization.
Trying to get clean.
That was cute.
I'm the Miami one in the bunch. So I gotta fine tune my vocabulary. But just really, honestly, I spend a lot of time at like, I don't want to live life with regrets. Yeah. And so right now I am really trying to create the life that I can be proud of myself and my kids can be proud of myself. Okay. So that's
and why you say business?
Because
on the spot.
No, it's because it's everything to me. I mean,
but it makes you happy.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, it makes. I'm happy that I like the fact that I put my mind to something and I'm going to see it through. Okay. Because every season of this is not fun, and I can honestly say right now, I feel like, especially at the beginning, I went through a lot of stuff at the end of last year. And I didn't stop and like deal with it. I just kept going, and I think it caught up with me. Yeah. And in order to avoid what I was feeling, I just kept on diving into work, but I was not effective. Mm-hmm. So
you were just busy.
I definitely lost motivation, but I remained disciplined.
Okay.
So I would say I'm finding back. That's why I said that's why I signed up for horseback riding and taking care of horses, because I'm like, nature is where I thrive.
Yeah.
And it helps me stimulate my creativity. And then also being around women that are on the same level of thinking. So just being more intentional about getting on that plane and taking a meeting, even if I just need to go to New York for a coffee date. But I think that will...
Girl, coffee.
I envy that about you, though. Like, I would have to say that. I envy that, like, a little bit. Like, you're, like, so impressed with us being, like, you know, wives and all of that
and
stuff.
You are living
and, like, we are, like... Girl, I would love to go to Starbucks in New York.
I know,
because...
wait, we should do it.
We can.
You just need to get the...
But the problem is, like, you can just be like, you know what?
I know, you have to...
I'm like, well, who's going to watch my kids?
Right.
Correct.
You are, like, I feel like
sorry.
Everybody, we're never satisfied. Don't get me wrong. We're never
right.
Never
I know.
satisfied.
No. Yeah.
So you have to embrace what you have in any situation that you are.
Yeah.
Remember we went to this I don't know, Coral Springs, Coconut Creek.
It was like a chamber of commerce.
Was it a chamber thing?
Yeah.
By the way, are you ladies signed up with chambers? You totally should be.
Why we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But she was telling, what did she say? She was like, you're in your situation.
Because you wanted to be there.
Yeah, she was like, whether you're happy or sad, you're the only one who can change it.
Yeah.
And I think that is amazing. Like, I would love to just get up and go to Starbucks and, like, I would just love it.
I would love that.
We can.
But it's something.
You two tell me when you can, and we'll find the cheapest plane tickets. Yes, you're good with the schedule.
We're always trying to, you know, we always are going to find something intriguing about somebody else. Right. But I do think that is pretty badass.
But this is another reason why.
And live in your moment. Like, enjoy that. Because at some point, you're going to be like us, talking about, damn, those was the days.
I feel like a lot of the time, just as women, we're always looking at other women and we're trying to impress other women who's looking at you as well. I feel like everyone wants to be like someone else. We are never satisfied, and until we really start having that self-actualization, whatever the hell you just said, I just don't feel like we'll ever be fully complete.
Yeah,
we have to be.
Don't you sometimes you wish, what was that movie when we were kids where they swapped?
With the sisters?
The Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
Oh my God, that was my favorite.
You can just swap with...
Girl, that was my favorite movie.
Wait, there was actually a reality TV show like yes.
With the marriages and stuff, right?
They swapped.
I'm never doing that.
No, that was terrible.
Never doing that.
Because some people had some terrible children.
They did.
Forget them kids. I'm not even my man.
What's about the kids though?
No, you're talking about Ayana.
It was like wife swap. Because then they had to like get a new wife because these men always ungrateful. And then they were like, oh, she cooks and she cleans and like she's gonna take care of the kids. Like, baby, listen,
I would have had them husbands skinny and crashing. I ain't cooking nothing.
You would. You know, it's so funny though. It's beautiful that you are who you are, like, and just be you. That's what makes life so good.
I'll always be me.
Be you, girl.
I'm
all about that.
Cut.
It did not cut, did it?
It did.
Oh, that just died. Oh, wait, I'm not done. We're almost wrapping up here.
I'm scared.
So, how did you ladies, or no, why did you ladies start your podcast? Did you feel like there was something missing? Did you want to show your union as just
this
like
is
two
the
women
brain
of
behind
color?
it. I just do what she say. I'm the man. I'm the man. No, really. The reason why I respect her is because this is probably one of my first friendships where I didn't have to do anything. I was just able to show up. I'm usually the one who has to plan, who has to be like, come on, whatever the case may be.
It's the Sag.
And it's not bad. Because I'm always used to being a planner. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
No, of course.
But even if I try, she's like, no, we're doing this, and that. Or like, I think my idea is good. And she'd be like, my eyes twitch. And I'm like, you know what? I just show up. Like, I'm the man of this relationship. So tell her why we started.
So, wait, she's not the man in the situation. Our friendship really is, honestly, I will have to say, is probably one of our friendships that, like, we literally, what you see, how we banter back and
How long have you
forth.
two known each other?
Not even.
Girl, not
like
even
2
like
years.
Not even.
Really?
Has it been a year?
No, probably.
It's been a year.
It's
Yeah,
because
it's
your
been a year.
hearts align.
Yeah.
It's because our hearts align, and she's one of I think
she
we
does
were both
great
were.
laser hair removal.
I need
I'm
to
so
see
sick
it.
of her.
I need my legs.
I already
actually
sold.
need
I sold the
everything.
machine, so
Why?
we'll talk about it later.
What machine did he have? Was it a Candela?
No, it wasn't a Candela, but it was amazing. It's just that's the problem is that people want a Candela and then
I'll show you
nobody
later.
has time.
Amazing.
She'll show you her, So I'll show you. But I think that the best thing about you as a friend, because I'm a girl's girl, I love girls that are authentic. If you, then I don't have nothing for you. But I think that we were both in a place in our lives where when we decided to like be friends, we was just like, listen, this is who I am, put it on the table. This is who I am, put it on the table. And we're like, we finna make this shit work. And we're like, I love that. You don't got to do nothing else because sometimes you meet people that are unequally yoked and you have to try hard and you have to be like a person that's like, oh, I don't want her to. And we are literally, how you see us is what you get on our day to day. Like we be like, what did you say the funniest thing the other day? I had one video that went freaking viral. Like one video.
What video? What'd you do?
And she literally made me bust out laughing at work because I would like never check my phone. And that's the funny thing. So she hit me with the like, oh, where you been at? She go, oh, so you go viral now, you don't know nobody. I'm like, girl, I'm like, what? It was so funny because I was like, viral.
But I love it because I feel like we respect each other's boundaries. Like I know when she got things going on, she know when I got things going on.
That's important.
Like when we originally started the podcast, which I think eventually will come around. It was supposed to be more like videography, whatever. And he was like, God damn, I can't get on your schedule, you can't get on mine. Okay, we recording. Like we have to record.
Like this is amazing.
But why don't you two, if you can't get in the same room virtual?
We started
that. That's what we had started.
That's our happy medium. But our whole purpose of like starting Black Girls White Coats is because as Black women, we're so dynamic. Yeah. And we have so much to offer. And I feel like we have so much burden on our backs. And it's so hard to find a safe space. This is what we consider a safe space. Yeah. To authentically be ourselves, to be able to banter, to be able to turn up, but to also be able to have a deep intellectual conversation. And you not have to choose who to show up as. And I feel like sometimes navigating, especially as professional Black women, it's like we have to like, okay, I'm going into this room, let me take this hat off. Oh, I'm going into that room, let me take that one. Oh, snap, oops, I accidentally said something that I wasn't supposed to say, and I'm supposed to be professional. And it's like we don't have a safe place to just like authentically be us. Like we are smart, we do turn up, we can get lit, we cuss a little bit, but we're still smart. A lot of it we are still smart. And it was no place correct. And it was like no place where we could authentically be that person and to celebrate each other. And so we decided, we were like, this mean girl culture, especially in our industry, because it sickens me that it's so disgusting. And I hate a person that's fake, because it's like, baby, we all going through it and we just going through it in different ways. And I hate to go to some of these med spa conferences and spa conferences and everybody's pulling up in Bentleys and they're catty about like Birkins. I know you see that at
Super Bowl, baby.
Oh my God.
And it's so fake.
I mean, one, New Orleans is small, but
really?
No, you did not see that. You saw a lot of Suburbans. People, but in Ubering, but no. And the thing is, people with the real money were in.
They don't do that.
I saw Travis Kelce's brother hop in the cheapest Uber he got. Period. He got in the cheapest Uber.
And that's why they have so much money.
And that's why they keep their money. Yeah, that's true. Meanwhile, we're spending it on bags and all this other stuff, but then our kids. But anyways, another story for another day. And I think that's why that was the whole nut of. Just really was a safe space for us to be professionals and to to celebrate one another, to bring other people, and like to be able to say what's on our mind and not have to censor ourselves. And that was the whole point. We wanted to really ostracize that mean girl, Black girl competitive spirit and just really bring about like your homegirl that just so happened to be smart. Like, that's who we are. Like, we're like, hey, we can turn up, but I can also cure that for you. Like, hey, let me see it. I
and the podcast is only going to feature you two? Or do you plan to bring other guests on?
I don't think we really have, like, a full plan. I feel like we just been going with the flow.
And figuring it out.
We need to have you on.
Yeah.
We definitely plan on having other people because the world is so much bigger than us. And there's so many dope Black women. And not even just Black.
Okay, could you think of 5 women you would want on your podcast from South Florida?
Yes. 1000%.
Who? What are you going for?
My mama. I'm just saying. and Yo Mama. Those are our next two guests.
You guys should do that.
We are, but we're gonna have to really have a long day because baby, the moms and the energy. But I definitely can say I'm blessed. I will say this. I am very blessed, and I feel like it's the company that you keep because you guys have a different perspective of South Florida where it is the mean girl culture is so dominant. But I feel like I've been so fortunate to really find dope, successful Black women that congratulate, celebrate me. Like, I love that. And that's what my practice is full of.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in my practice feels like family and we just want each other to win. And like, that's how we even connected, is because like, that's the curriculum. If you didn't come here with that energy, like, you won't last. Cause like, maybe you could go somewhere else with all that extra stuff. But I do feel like there's women, and honestly, in my industry, in the med spa industry, if I had not had certain friends, I don't think I would be this far, because there's an old African proverb that says, go at it alone. If you want to get far, go together. Like, that's just the truth. And if you're trying to get to the top and you think you can only do it by yourself, you're going to still find yourself looking up and watching other people keep climbing and you still down there trying to do it by yourself.
Exactly.
We need you on. So we got 3. You, my mama, yo mama.
Yo mama?
No. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Absolutely not. No, I'm a daddy's girl.
Oh, what's that, daddy?
Love my mom, but
What's that, daddy?
dad would be a much better time.
That's
so I have some little gifts for you ladies.
Aww.
Girl, don't do too much now. Close your eyes, please.
Okay.
What's me over here smiling through my
Me too. I'm like, ooh.
This is, now that I know you ladies like to turn up, this is going to be fun. So hopefully you
I bet it's
join me.
nipple tassels.
What?
No,
Okay, open your eyes.
Oh, you're so funny. Yes, for the shot glass.
Look, shot glass necklaces. So we're all gonna, now that I know you ladies like to turn up, we can plan our, well, I have to follow your schedule. But
Oh, look, I gotta put mine. You guys want to know funny? This is my my anniversary. It's St. Patty's Day.
it is.
Aww.
Okay, no, but we need to go out with these in our shot glass.
Oh, we
necklace.
definitely can. Oh, we definitely can.
We
I was thinking it, but I said I didn't want to be that friend.
Okay, no.
Wait, you gotta
We're
wait
gonna be
for
that
me.
friend.
You gotta wait for us. Take care of
Look
her.
at her. She's the one that
Epic.
goes to the bar and was like, "Give me
Give
the
it
shot.
to
They're
me."
taking too long."
Oh, bro, every time. Every time. I'm not the friend who's waiting in the parking lot, baby. Meet me at the bar.
Okay, do you ladies, real question, do you ladies believe in luck? Or do you think...
I believe in
there's no-
blessings.
So do
Blessings?
you feel like you've been lucky?
I feel like I've been blessed.
Can you pour me some?
Yes.
No, she's like, come
I'm
on.
sorry. I thought you
I'm
wanted to put it
sorry.
on your neck.
Look, let me take a shot with you guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, Steven.
I'm gonna go a little bit of both. No, I'm not gonna say luck. I'm gonna say blessed.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
Blessed grace.
I believe in hard work. I'm like, do we really get lucky?
That's true. That's true too. I say that all the time. It's like everybody, even though everybody doesn't have like the same path they start off with, like I feel like if you're not a hustler, it is what it is. Like there's always so much more that you can do. But I do still give grace because I can't compare. I grew up well. I grew up with opportunity, so I can never say, what people's traumas are or why they are not where they are. So I guess luck and blessed. We're gonna that's gonna be a synonym. I'm gonna
You had
act
a
like
solid foundation.
yes, very true.
But still hard work was incorporated.
No, hard work was incorporated. And I think a lot of people think, especially when they see this, they think that it was a silver spoon, but they don't realize this shit is no joke.
Yeah, it's funny when people think it's a silver
Oh, it has you have to hold it like
You
this.
can hold it.
Clink, clink, clink.
Okay, so
She
this
does it
we're
over
cheers to
Going to New York for a day.
and also we're actually oh my god, we should take a day trip for St. Patty's.
We're not saying
Chicago.
I'm gonna be in Portugal.
Oh my
It's my anniversary.
you always go somewhere.
It was on my Google Calendar last year. I keep telling y'all get on my.
Isn't she? Oh, I feel like she's always on the
always
trip.
outside.
All right, pick another day.
Oh,
Cheers to New York and Chicago on a day that ain't that day, and we can still wear this because we don't care.
No, but seriously, we need to make that happen.
We can. We definitely can.
You ladies have been so great.
Oh,
And
that's
your
awesome.
skin is flawless, by the way.
Thank you.
Skincare routines.
Listen,
What is it?
Melanated Beauty Spa.
Do you see our products right there?
I do. This is what I use.
Oh my God, hyaluronic acid serum is my
This is my
favorite.
favorite. I'm I'm about to shop.
Wait, did you have you got it last year?
I did.
And you loved it?
I loved it. And the funny thing is that
because I
formulated
formulated that.
Really?
Yes. I did that. That is my pride and joy.
I love it.
That was my research.
And funny thing, you're the one who actually explained what the purpose of that was.
Yeah.
Like I use Jesus, what are they called? Down at Aventura Mall. I can't even think of AESOP. AESOP.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But I've never used the I can't even say it. Sir.
It's not meant to be plugged.
It's not.
So,
oh gosh.
So I think we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes,
I have a I want to try some of your things as well.
What do you use?
I have my own brand at my spa. So we have like cleansers. I swear by it because I have like hormonal acne and breakouts.
Me
so
too.
if I do not use it, literally if I run out, I'm getting a pimple. So that's not legit that bad.
Really?
It's like I swear by it. Yes, my kids.
I need to use some.
I'll bring you some. We'll swap.
Especially for the back bar.
Yeah, we'll swap. We'll swap.
Yeah.
And my daughter, she needs a facial, so yeah, I'll see you.
If anyone needs depression medication, anxiety medication, therapy, call me.
I was just about to ask, where can they find you ladies? Together and individually.
So, individually, you can find me at www.oncallhealthandwellness.com. It is a psychiatric mental health practice. I do mostly telepsychiatry. I do have an office. I prefer telepsychiatry, but if you would like to come in, that is no problem. And you do yours and we do ours together.
Okay.
So
you can find me in 3 locations. So I have Belfont Health and Aesthetics, which is my wellness center. We do aesthetics, we do wellness, overall just really getting you to your best self inside and out. I'm also the provider at South Florida Primary Healthcare. We do primary care services as well as women's health and children physicals. We also have a nonprofit, Healthcare for Humanities, where we try and give back to the community and offer those resources to help other people to elevate. So you can find our location in Sunrise, Florida.
And then together
we are the beautiful providers of Black Girls White Coats. You can find us at Black Girls White Coats, and we are streaming on Spotify.
Oh, I love that. And can you promote this more?
Yes.
Because I'm so impressed with this.
Thank you. So you can find this on Amazon. It is called Unapologetically Balanced. It is the Mindfulness Challenge Workbook, and it is a monthly guide to just going after your goals and just being okay with regrouping and just being unapologetically you.
I feel like that book is also like, unapologetically, I'm never looking fucking back.
Yeah,
it is. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
It literally makes you regroup.
Yeah.
No, and I'm never coming back.
And I'm holding myself accountable.
Never coming back. Like, funny thing is, even though I did the book, sometimes I'm going through it and I'm like, damn, Danielle, regroup. Like,
okay,
I have my moments too. So yes, you can find this on Amazon.
And March 5th, you can interact. Isn't your live unapologetic?
Oh
session?
yes. On every month. Usually it's on the first Thursday of the month. For March, it will be on the first Wednesday. I do a webinar, and I try to bring. Oh, y'all know y'all coming on next, right? Okay, I try to do a webinar with people, different industries, different walks of life, and just women. Black women who talk about their journey, where they came from, where they are, and just being you. It's just an open seminar. We talk about our goals. We talk about how we're just going to be kind to ourselves, giving ourselves grace. It's always on Zoom, and it's just an open forum. So look for me. I am at Dr. Mompreneur. If you did not know, Unapologetically Balanced. I am looking forward to it, and it's a safe space. Another safe space for us.
I love that. Well, thank
you
you
for
ladies
having
so
us.
much.
It was so much fun.
No,
This
thank
is great.
you.
This was fun.
I felt like this was gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
I knew
yeah.
it was.
This was good.
Yeah.
This